The series begins with a young man whose life is boring and eccentric, and his acquaintances can be counted on one hand. He does not believe in love, and his whole life is just work as a decor engineer, and everything in his life is precise and calculated to the millimeter. Even when he likes to go out, he goes to the same cinema, watches the same movie, and sits in the same seat. But when he goes, he finds a woman sitting there and tells her that this seat is his. She tells him the cinema is empty, sit anywhere. He refuses and tells her no, this seat is mine. She realizes that this man is an idiot, so she lets him sit on the seat and sits in another one. But in the end, Yo-Yo receives a call from his assistant Meng telling him that there is a problem in the apartment they are working on. He goes to him immediately to see it, and when he arrives, he learns that the landlady wants the walls in green, but Yo-Yo refuses and tells her that the walls will be painted red because that is what is in the design. He fights with the workers and tells them to go back and paint the wall red again. Then the landlady arrives and tells him, this is my house. I do what I want in it. He says, you are ignorant and don't understand anything. This green color will ruin with time. She tells him it is none of his business. When it gets ruined, she will renew it. He gets angry at her and tells her I am wrong for making a human out of you. I want to make you a classy house like foreigners. They both start fighting and Meng tries to calm him down, but there is no use. He calls their manager Soli and tells her what happened. She comes quickly and fights with Yo-Yo and tells him we said before that the customer is always right. She wants to make a greenhouse. What is it to you? Let it be green. He tells her fine. She should have gone to choose any cheap designer to do what she wants, but I like my work to be completed to the end as it is, and no one modifies it. She tells him we already signed with her and took the deposit. Later, if she comes to me again, I won't accept her. Get yourself ready, because today there is an important seminar he will attend and speak about design with 3 other designers, but Yo-Yo has social phobia and refuses to go up, and he makes Meng bring a cardboard cutout of his shape and go up to speak on his behalf while he goes to eat. At that time, he finds a beautiful girl coming to speak with him and saying that his taste in food is very good. He tells her he will make her an exclusive and special plate of noodles. Very good. You will lick your fingers after it. He goes to the kitchen and cooks for her, and when he returns, he gets shocked to find she blew him off and is sitting with the designer Han, Yo-Yo's rival, whom he hates with all his heart. He gets annoyed and leaves the party and walks away. He goes as usual to the movie store and gets from there a tape for a movie. This is the only thing Yo-Yo enjoys. That is after his work. Dear viewer, this is other than that. His friend's son is actually the owner of the shop, and whenever he sees him, he teases him saying, when will you get married? He tells him, I am not interested in these dialogues. Is son interested, or is it the women who are blowing you off? He tells him, son, it is impossible for any girl to blow me off or leave me. You just don't pay attention to me. I refuse. I refuse. So son challenges him and tells him, look, if the first girl who enters the door now, if you manage to get to know her and get her number, I will give you all the movies for free for life. Yo-Yo, of course, loves money and tells him agreed. He goes to speak with the girl about movies, but he speaks in a boring way, very much. The girl gets bored of him from the first word and walks away. Son makes fun of him, but Yo-Yo takes the matter personally and tells him that he will prove to him that he knows how to talk to girls and any girl he wants to get to know. He wins her easily. He goes to the supermarket and buys some things, and when he goes to pay, the girl there asks him for his name. He thinks she has a crush on him until he comes to pay, and instead of paying money, he pulls out many discount coupons. He doesn't pay a single pound. She knows he is stingy, and that is why she blows him off, but he doesn't even care. On his way home, he finds a doll and doesn't know its owner, so he takes it with him. In the elevator, he meets a girl carrying many things, and as soon as she sees the doll, she tells him it is hers. He gives it to her and she thanks him, and when they go up, she learns that he is her neighbor. She introduces herself and greets him, but he treats her in a bad way and slams the door in her face. She doesn't care and enters her new apartment and is happy with it until Yo-Yo makes dinner and plays songs as usual, but the sound is very loud to the point that the girl gets angry and goes to fight with him and tells him to lower the sound or she will call the landlord. At this time, Yo-Yo feels severe pain and his stomach is tearing apart, and before he can speak or apologize or say anything, he faints. The girl immediately, without introductions, takes him quickly and runs to the hospital. As soon as he arrives, they take him quickly to the emergency room. He tells them he wants to be treated by a doctor named Wisam, so they tell him that he is on leave today and Dr. Jia is the one present. So he feels severe embarrassment because he doesn't. He does not like dealing with any female, especially when she tells him to give her his back to see the problem. At that time, he gets shy and walks away quickly, so she runs after him and tells him that the problem he has is hemorrhoids, and if it is not treated from the start, he will suffer greatly because it reached a dangerous stage and the hemorrhoids grew completely. He tells her no problem. I will follow up with Dr. Wizam. She tells him as you like, but I am a clever clever doctor. Ask anyone about Dr. Jia, and they will tell you that I am good and one of the cleverest doctors. He tells her the issue is not about skill. The issue now is embarrassment. He walks away without treatment, and she goes to speak to his neighbor Ellie. She tells her to convince her husband to stop being stubborn and follow up with her because his condition is dangerous. Ellie tells her first, "This is not my husband, this is my neighbor." At the same time, Ellie is talking to her boyfriend, and when he learns she went to the hospital with another man, he gets angry thinking she is cheating on him and tells her, "Consider everything between us over." Jia hears them and feels embarrassed and tells her she did not know and did not mean to cause problems. Ellie tells her it is not a problem, and when I return, I will talk to him and explain the situation that happened. As for Wissam, he heard what happened yesterday and that Yo-Yo's condition deteriorated. As soon as he reaches the hospital again, he calls him and tells him that he returned from vacation. When he goes, he takes his record from Jia and asks him why he did not let Dr. Jia do the job. She is very clever. He gets angry and tells him, "You know that I have hemorrhoids, meaning it is not appropriate for just anyone to examine me." But Jia gets angry and tells him, "You did not try me to know if my work is good or not, nor is there truth in science." Our friend tells her, "Nor do I want to try you. You are very strange." He leaves the hospital and walks away. As for Dr. Jia, her father calls her and tells her he arranged a date for her with someone, and she goes so she does not upset him. When she meets him, she finds he is a bad man. She gets angry and tells her father, "Enough. I do not want to be in a relationship." He tells her time is running out and I want to see you married, but she also does not care and tells him, "You had 3 dates this month and you finished the 3 dates I allowed you to bring suitors. If you call again to make me meet someone, I will cut you off and forget you are my father." He says, "Fine, do as you please." We return again to poor Ellie when she returns and calls her friend Zoe and tells her that her boyfriend wants to break up because of a misunderstanding. Her friend tells her it is better. Let him go to hell. He thinks he is beautiful while he is ugly, but she tells her no. He loves me and is surely jealous. Suddenly, the doorbell rings. Ellie opens and asks who is it and finds it is Meng, Yo-Yo's assistant, coming to thank her and giving her an envelope as a reward because she took him to the hospital. When she opens it, she finds inside discount coupons and a cheap lollipop, so she looks at him with disgust and tells him thanks. He tells her, "Do not worry. Here is also a fruit plate I sent you." But it turns out that Meng is the one who brought the fruit plate because he knows Yo-Yo is stingy and will embarrass him. At the same time, Yo-Yo returns to the apartment on which he is working. When he finds something wrong with the tiles, he fights with the worker and tells him to redo it from the start. He refuses, and they fight, and then Yo-Yo pushes him and the worker falls. But the one screaming here is Yo-Yo, and he tells them to take him to the nearest hospital. After he is treated and returns to work, Soli gets angry at him. He tells her he did not fight with the worker. He is the one who grabbed me and I defended myself. In the middle of their conversation, Meng arrives and asks him, "What did you do? You give a woman who saved you an envelope with a discount, coupon, and a lollipop. Shame on you. When will you stop being so stingy?" He tells him, "You do not understand anything. I gave her my luck. If I gave her money, it would be spent, but the coupon will benefit her at the end of the month when money runs out. Just listen to me." He tells him anyway, "I acted and brought her a large fruit plate." He asks him, "And why did you not bring one for me?" He tells him, "Why should I bring you one? You are a stingy human." He leaves them and goes to the hospital and meets Dr. Jia, who he sees by chance as she is talking to her father, who tricked her and added the suitors to the call, putting her on the spot. She gets angry and hangs up the phone. Yo-Yo goes to comfort her but makes things worse and tells her, "Do not be sad. All parents do this. For example, my mother every 2 or 3 days tells me she brought a bride for me, but I do not care because she got old and senile. You also got old. You have a little while left until you hit 40 and you will not be able to have children easily, but your father is worried about your best interest, and I am also advising you, not humiliating you." She gets angry at him and tells him, "I know now where I saw you. You are the rude person who made me get up from the seat in the cinema. You are the last one to speak." She hits him in the face and leaves him and walks away. He asks her, "Was it you who was sitting in my seat?" Sam gets shocked and tells him, "Even this doctor, you made her hate you? You are so blunt." But Yo-Yo does not care and tells him, "I told her the truth." At the same time, Ellie goes to her work. We learn that she works in sales in a large car showroom and goes with someone to test drive the car. After she finishes, she finds her boyfriend sent her a message saying that there are things arriving for her now, so she goes to see them while excited. But the shock is a car bringing all the gifts she had brought for her ex-boyfriend, and he calls her and tells her that everything between them is over, and if she thinks about getting close to him or even ringing him, he will report her. She breaks down and gets upset with him. As for Yo-Yo, when he goes to the office, he learns that the worker whom he hit got injured and is staying at home, so he defends himself and tells them he did not do anything. "I swear I did not hit him. He just pushed." So Soli tells him, "We don't care. Go ahead and see how you will reconcile with him before the matter gets bigger." He goes to the supermarket to buy things and goes to him. When he sees him, he finds him in a cast and knows he is acting, so he tells him he did not do anything wrong and is sure he is acting, but he won't cause problems, and apologizes to him because he is older than him and he was wrong when he raised his hand against him. The worker indeed feels embarrassed and tells him he lied because he wanted a vacation. So Yo-Yo tells him, "You should have told me," and gives him a vacation, paid, doing his duty by him, and gives him the things he bought as well, and they turn out to be all things the worker loves. When he returns home, he discovers that today is his birthday, so he goes to buy a cake to celebrate alone. His colleagues at work are tense, not knowing whether to send him happy birthday or not, because they are afraid he will reply with disgust. So no one sends him anything, and he celebrates alone. Suddenly, he finds Zoe knocking on the door and telling him she is knocking on Ellie, but she is not answering, so he asks her, "So, what should I do?" She tells him, please check on her. Maybe something happened to her, because she just broke up with her boyfriend, and she is afraid she might have done something to herself. He decides to jump from his balcony to her balcony, and when he enters, he gets shocked to find she drank a lot and is thrown on the floor. He carries her and goes to the hospital, and when he arrives, he finds Gia there. So he apologizes to her for what happened, but she does not care, and reassures him that Ellie's condition is stable. They did a stomach pump for her. Because she is sitting alone, he is forced to sit with her, but he calls someone to bring him cake to the hospital. He celebrates his birthday and takes a piece of the cake and gives it to Gia and apologizes to her again and tells her he did not mean to say words that annoy her and that always what is in his heart is on his tongue, and this causes him problems. She thanks him for the cake and congratulates him on his birthday, and this makes him happy because she is the first one to do so. As for Gia, she goes to check on Ellie and asks her why she did this to herself. She tells her she broke up with her boyfriend and cannot move on. Gia feels sad for her and takes her to the hospital roof. She tells her there are many things you can do. I mean, instead of hurting yourself, watch movies, go shopping, because your boyfriend is surely not a loyal person. He abandoned you at the start of the road. What makes you upset yourself for him? At that time, Ellie tells her you are right, but she does not have friends except one, but she is busy all the time. She tells her, fine, do not be sad. From today, I am also your friend and we will go out a lot. She takes her number and tells her anytime you want to watch a movie, send me a message. The next day, Yo-Yo comes to her and gives her a gift, and when she opens it, she finds in it a certificate of appreciation and a gift. She asks him, why did you bring it? He tells her because she is the only one who told him happy birthday and wished him a happy feast. That is why he wanted to thank her. She is a bit surprised by the gift, but humors him and tells him thank you for the beautiful gift. As long as your brain tells you this is a gift, then you're fine. After he finishes, he sends Sam a message and tells him today he is invited for lunch at their place, and we learn that Sam is Yo-Yo's sister's husband. When he arrives, he finds his mother there, and it turns out to be an ambush. She keeps humiliating him and insulting him and tells him, when will you get married, you wretch? You are about to enter 50. You will live alone and die alone, and she forbids him from eating meat. This is the punishment, dear viewer. So do not forget to also subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell and like, or else I will deprive you of my summaries. No, I am joking you. Do whatever you want. I love you anyway. Let's continue. His mother tells him when you get into a relationship, I will feed it to you. He gets annoyed by their words and tells her, fine, I will get it for myself and buy it and eat. She tells him, oh, what joy, you will get meat, my son? Do you think yourself having money and such like us? All your wealth is coupons. He leaves them and goes to the supermarket and buys everything he wants. On his way home, he sees Ellie talking to Zoe and telling her that Yo-Yo is very stingy, and when she helped him, he sent her an envelope with a lollipop and a discount coupon. Yo-Yo hears the words and gets annoyed, but he pretends he does not care. She feels embarrassed because she noticed that. He heard her and wants to apologize to him, but he takes his revenge and exploits that the wall between them is not soundproof, so he plays songs loudly and takes revenge on her, and she cannot sleep all night. As for Yo-Yo, he keeps thinking about her words all the time and asks Meng if I am really stingy. He tells him, no, my son, who said about you, may his tongue be cut, whoever says you are stingy, you are just thrifty, sir. He tells him, you are right, but from today, I will open the purse strings and treat myself to meat alone. Afterward, he goes to a restaurant and orders all the expensive meals that are there. At the same time, Ellie calls Gia and tells her she wants to go out, and they go to watch a movie together, so she goes with her. They enjoy their time, and on their way, they see Yo-Yo sitting and eating alone. They make fun of him because he is sitting alone in a restaurant meant for couples, and they say he is eccentric. The next day when Yo-Yo goes to work, unfortunately, he falls on his hand and breaks it. They take him quickly to the hospital, and Soli stays by his side there, and Dr. Gia treats him. She sees Soli and thinks they are dating, but but Soli tells her that they are like siblings and just work partners. Afterward, she goes to Yo-Yo and offers to cook for him since his hand is broken and he will not be able to cook for himself, but he refuses and tells her, "I do not like anyone entering my apartment," and asks Meng to come help him and buy him groceries and deliver them to the house. When he arrives, he finds Jia standing in front of his house with food. He asks her what she is doing here, and she tells him she came to see Ellie. He tells her, "Oh, I thought you were coming to me in the other apartment." She apologizes to him and walks away quickly. Meng tries to trick Yo-Yo and enter the house, but he catches him and kicks him out and goes in to cook for himself. Ellie sympathizes with Meng and offers him to come eat with them. They keep talking, the three of them, about Yo-Yo, how stingy, eccentric, rude, and blunt he is. They do not leave an insult unsaid about him. At the same time, Yo-Yo is suffering, not knowing how to cook for himself. He drops eggshells in it and sleeps without dinner. When Meng finds out, he pities him and tells him that they are eating now and offers him to come eat with them, but he refuses, so they leave him be. But his hunger overcomes him and he forces himself and tells them, "Fine, if you insist, I will come." After he finishes dinner, he keeps making fun of the food and says it is not up to standard and not juicy. Ellie gets shocked and tells him, "Shut up, you disaster doctor. Jia is the one who cooked it." She was already annoyed by his rudeness and tells him, "Fine, you shouldn't have eaten from it as long as you didn't like it." He feels guilty and goes down after her to apologize to her and tells her that he did not mean anything. "The problem is in me, not in you." She forgives him, and coincidentally, they both end up near Sun's shop. When he sees Yo-Yo with a girl, he cannot believe it and invites them to his shop. Yo-Yo exploits the opportunity and buys her a movie as an apology. She tells him she doesn't have any devices to play the video, so he promises to buy her one too. And indeed, the next day he sends her a device to the house, and she sits watching the movie, enjoying her time very much as if she is in the cinema. Not only that, when she goes to the hospital, she finds Dr. Sam in front of her, telling her a guest is waiting for her. She finds Yo-Yo's mother in front of her, wanting to get to know her because Sam told her about Jia and said she is the same age as her son and also single, and he saw them several times together. So she came to set them up, but suddenly she gets tired and faints. At that time, Jia did her duty and alerted her that she has high blood pressure and must take care and eat well. Yo-Yo's mother admires her more and set her mind on her as her son's future wife and said, "This is my son's wife." She decided to make a smart move to make them go out on a date. She left her fan at her place and pretended to be forgetful and left. When Yo-Yo goes to visit his mother, she tells him she saw Dr. Jia and likes her very much. He tells her, "Fine, you marry her, mother." He gets angry and leaves. At the same time, Jia goes out with Ellie and finds Yo-Yo's mother sent her a message asking if she forgot her fan at her place. Jia tells her yes, so the mother says, "Fine, meet Yo-Yo and give it to him." But she of course refuses and asks Ellie to help her and pass it to Yo-Yo since he is her neighbor. But she also refuses and tells her, "This is a trust you must deliver yourself. This is other than receiving a call from Yo-Yo about the fan." When they meet, she gets shocked to learn she forgot it at home, so they are forced to set a second date. As for Ellie, she notices she is broke and there are still 3 weeks left until payday, and she is supposed to pay the apartment rent, which is $4,000, and her entire salary is $5,000. She does not know what to do and finds no one to turn to but Yo-Yo, wanting him to mediate for her with the landlord. She asks him how much his rent is, and he says he pays $1,000 a month. She gets shocked and tells him, "Why don't you speak to the landlord and make him give a discount?" As for Meng, when he goes to the office, he gets shocked when he learns that Soli accidentally said in front of Sherry, Meng's girlfriend, that Ellie and Meng are friends. Can you imagine, dear viewer? She said in front of his girlfriend that he knows other girls. Sherry got very upset and thought he was cheating on her, but he sets up a meeting with Ellie and makes them meet to prove to her that there is no relationship between them and they are just friends. He was very scared, but the two girls discovered they have many things in common and became friends. They also exchanged numbers to meet up, the three of them, and go out. After they leave, she finds Jia sent a message saying she wants to go buy some things and offers for her to come along, and she agrees. They go to the mall and coincidentally see Yo-Yo there, buying from the shop alone and buying a hat that looks strange. So Ellie films him and makes a group for her, Meng, Zoe, Jia, and Sherry, and sends them the video. Meng keeps laughing at him, especially when Yo-Yo arrives wearing it at work today, and he mocks him, but Yo-Yo doesn't even care. After he finishes his work, he goes to a restaurant and coincidentally meets Han there and sees how different their situations are. Both are designers, but Yo-Yo is lonely and depressed and has nothing in his life but work, while Han is successful, famous, well-known, and in a relationship. He gets annoyed at his situation and goes out to walk a bit and coincidentally sees Ellie working in a restaurant, and the customers are treating her badly and harassing her and annoying her. He pities her and decides to help her, so when she returns home, he goes to check on her. He asks her, "Where have you been hiding for a while?" She tells him she is working in a restaurant. He tells her her he saw her, and it is clear that the customers there are not good. She tells him she is forced to endure for the sake of work and has no other option, and she must move from her apartment if she doesn't pay the rent. And I barely found the apartment of my dreams. He tells her to wait seconds, enters his room, brings an envelope with money, gives it to her, and tells her from today, you do not need to work in that trash restaurant. I don't want you to think about this money at all, meaning I won't let you need anything, and don't think about returning it. I am very happy helping, meaning the feeling of seeing a person in need and helping them is worth the world. Instead of giving it to her as a beautiful gesture, he ruins, and she gets angry at what he said and throws the money in his face and tells him, get out of my face before I commit a crime against you. I am not a beggar. He gets shocked by her behavior and feels he did something wrong but doesn't know what he did exactly. Dear viewer, do you know what he did? Because I don't see it. This is the end result of someone trying to help a poor person who can't find food. But when he stands on the balcony, he hears Ellie talking to Gia and telling her about what he did and that he gave her money and tried to help her, but in the end it came out as an insult. So Gia calms her down and tells her that unfortunately, that is his style. She gives her money herself and tells her, if you need anything, tell me and I will be your support. But Ellie refuses and tells her she will just leave the apartment and move to another apartment that fits her budget. Yo-Yo hears the words and pities her and calls her pig of an uncle who rented the apartment to her and tells him that your brother's daughter is in big trouble. Transfer the money to her before I expose you and let the landlord know what you did. Why is she paying $4,000 not $1,000? Because you made expansions in the apartment as you pleased, tore down the wall and rebuilt it, and made the wall no longer soundproof, and she is forced to bear all these disasters in your place. He threatens him to return the money to her, or the landlord will know everything he did. So immediately he sends her the rent money and tells her he will pay the extra $3,000. She knows that Yo-Yo is the one who did this and helped her. She waits for him and apologizes to him for her style with him and tells him she didn't know her animal uncle was the cause, and that the problem is because of them originally in the wall, and that it is not soundproof. He tells her it's fine, nothing happened. The important thing is you are not forced to move or work in a job that isn't good. Because his heart is kind, he forgives her immediately. Afterward, he finds his mother calling him, and when he asks her what she wants, she tells him the holiday is near and asks him who he will go out with, because it is known that on the holiday they must watch fireworks, and every couple goes out. He says he won't take anyone and will go alone as usual, but when he stays up late and sees Han with his girlfriend agreeing that they will see the fireworks together, he feels jealous. He goes to Gia and asks her if she wants to come watch with him. She tells him no, I don't want to. And besides, if you are coming to ask me, you are supposed to be polite and say, excuse me, are you free to come with me or not? But his pride prevents him, so she refuses and tells him, fine, I am going to watch with Ellie as you like, you are the loser. The place I was going to show you the fireworks from is the best place in the world. He leaves her and walks away, but she doesn't care and goes with her friends. And it is an abandoned factory, but they discover they started renovations in the factory and they won't be able to watch. As for Yo-Yo, he arrives at the place he will watch from and brings fruit and sweets and sits alone. He finds Gia coming in on him, so he rejoices as soon as he sees her and asks her, did you change your mind? She tells him, I changed my mind for the sake of my friends. He tells her, I don't understand what you are saying. I made a surprise for you. She calls Ellie and her friends and ruins the date for him instead of celebrating alone. But he wasn't annoyed. He was happy that there were many people around him. And finally, he did something to make everyone around him happy without being blunt or saying something to ruin the beautiful moment. He also puts the glasses on her and lets her see the fireworks up close. And she enjoys that experience very much and thanks him. But after this beautiful day, they all get busy and aren't free again, nor do they meet for a long period. Gia goes to visit Ellie, and there she asks her about the boy of her dreams. So she tells her he must be an independent person, mature, smart, knows how to do everything, cook, wash, and most importantly, he is not a cheater and is heavy with other girls. But with me, he is cutie patootie. She tells her, by the way, Yo-Yo has all these specifications. She tells her no, this one might say a word to me and I'd tell him divorce me immediately afterward. But she does not deny that she feels he is kind and that inside him, yes, he acts arrogantly, but he wants to help those around him from his heart. Ellie feels she has feelings for Yo-Yo, but she doesn't know and isn't sure, so she decides to do her a favor and matchmake them. She does beautiful makeup for Gia and dresses her in a nice outfit of hers. She offers to go deliver food to Yo-Yo while they are at it and enter his apartment that no one enters at all, thinking he surely won't embarrass them. But he opens the door, takes the food, closes the door, and goes back to complete his work. He is pressed for time and is supposed to submit the project in 2 days, so he exhausts himself and doesn't sleep. This affects him and he gets tired, and they take him to the hospital. When he wakes up, he tells them he will return to the office to finish his work. Meng gets angry at him and tells him there is says no, going back until he recovers and becomes well. They don't desperately need him, but Yo-Yo gets angry and tells him not to speak to the manager in this way and fights with him. Meng gets annoyed by his style because he is doing this out of fear for him and leaves. But Yo-Yo feels guilty that he really blew the matter out of proportion. I mean, Meng was afraid for his health. That is why as soon as he becomes well, he goes to Meng immediately. At that time, Meng was actually telling his girlfriend that it is impossible for him to return to work with Yo-Yo again, no matter what happens. You know, if they gave me the money of the world like this, I would never refuse. Yes, dear viewer, he would never refuse. Because Yo-Yo rings the bell and he sees him and reconciles with him very easily actually. First and last, these are friends. Before they were working together. As for Yo-Yo, he discovers that he dropped his flash drive in the hospital and learns it is with Dr. Jia, who tells him she will bring it to him right to his place on the condition that he allows her to enter the house. He swears agreed, no need to finish. The important thing is the flash drive, but he tricks her. When she comes, he takes the flash drive from her and closes the door in her face and enters to finish his work. She gets angry at him, his lack of taste and rudeness. Ellie calms her down. At this time, Meng arrives and knocks on Yo-Yo's door, but he doesn't answer him. So he goes to Ellie and asks if she knows where Yo-Yo is. She says they left him a while ago in the apartment working, so she finds it strange because he calls him and he doesn't answer. He knocks too and he doesn't answer. He worries and fears something happened to him. Again, that is why Ellie suggests they jump from the balcony. And indeed, what they feared happened. He fell on the floor, fainted. All of them get shocked, but Dr. Jia is with them. She reassures them and asks them to leave and examines him. She finds pressure and warns him that he must rest and cannot neglect his health. She asks him why he refuses to accept help and focuses only on his work. He tells her that he loves his work very much, the most important thing in his life, and he fears if he falls short one day, Soli will get annoyed with him and lose a client. Then he will feel guilty and will not forgive himself ever. She tells him, no man, no one will get annoyed with you. Everyone is trying to make you rest. This time, he finally gets convinced by her words and decides to take a vacation and then finish his work. Indeed, when he rests, he does great work and finishes the project on time, and it looks very nice. He goes to tell Jia and finds her very busy, so he sits waiting for her outside. At that time, he finds an old man coming to talk to him. He gets to know him and discovers that their personalities are close to each other, until suddenly Jia comes. As soon as she sees the man, she runs and asks him, what is he doing here? Yo-Yo finds it strange and asks her, where do you know him from? She tells him, this is my father. Let me introduce you to him. Just as he is about to greet him, she tells him, are you going to stun me or what? Look, Dad, if you're coming to bring me a suitor, I want to reassure you, I am in a relationship, and this is my boyfriend. Yo-Yo gets shocked and tells her, what is this? Are you speaking seriously? This is my boyfriend, and I am in a relationship? Yo-Yo is standing saying, to her, who and what, and where is the relationship? She tells him, I will explain to you later. But Jia gets work and is forced to leave, so her father exploits the opportunity and gets to know Yo-Yo and tells him his name is Kevin and asks him, who is he? What does he work as? He finds that he is a decor engineer, meaning mediocre. His name is Yo-Yo. He leaves immediately, so he doesn't mess things up because he doesn't know anything. But Kevin doesn't leave him alone. He keeps following him to know him more and pursues him everywhere. At that time, he feels that the personality of Yo-Yo is actually suitable for his daughter's husband. This is my daughter's husband. There is no one but you. He tells him, look now, you have before you, for now, right now. Either you get into a relationship with my daughter and marry her, or help us let her marry another person if you are not interested. So he chooses the second solution because he is not interested. He sends a message to Jia lying to her saying he wants to go out with her on a date. She prepares herself and goes while happy and dressed up and wearing her best outfit. Yo-Yo admires her very much, and as soon as he sees her, the moment she sits with him, she gets shocked and learns he came to talk to her regarding a suitor. Her father is worried about her and she must marry and listen to his words. She gets angry at him and tells him, did he bribe you and gave you? How much to do this? Tell me by God. He swears he didn't give me anything. He gave me a headache until I reached my limit and agreed to what he is saying. It turns out that Kevin is in the place, leaves them together, and walks away. This is the arranged date, but Jia gets angry at her father and tells him not to interfere in her life again, leaves him, and walks away. As for Yo-Yo, he goes out to the market and sees children playing because they want to catch fish. He helps them and gets each one of them a fish, and gets one for himself too. Coincidentally, Ellie passes by and sees him and likes what happened and feels he is cute. She takes a picture of him and sends it to the group made specifically for his photos to be sent to, and everyone says that Yo-Yo inside is a gentle, affectionate, kind, and respectable person from a good family. As for Yo-Yo, when he returns, he finds Kevin waiting for him. He apologizes to him for what happened today and that he involved them with Jia, and surely she is annoyed with him now, but he does not care and tells him that he did this for his promise. Let her get upset, she is free. Anyway, we have no relation to each other, and besides, we shouldn't talk like this. I mean in the building entrance. Come up to my apartment. When they go up, still finally, the first person to enter his apartment, he closes the door and tells him, "Where are you going? Stay and I will come to you." He gets shocked by his rudeness but does not care. However, he brings out a table and chairs and brings food, and they sit talking to each other. Kevin tells him he also brought him sweets while coming and offers him to eat. But after he eats it, suddenly Yo-Yo feels very severe fatigue and goes to the hospital. He learns he unfortunately has poisoning. Gia asks him, "What did you eat?" He tells her it was from the sweets her father brought. She gets shocked and worries about her father, especially when he tells her he ate about half a kilo alone. She calls him, but he doesn't answer. She worries, and when she arrives, she indeed finds his condition very bad. His stomach hurts, and he is tired since he arrived home. She tells him he must go to the hospital, but he refuses. So she asks Yo-Yo to convince him, and indeed, he tells him, "Let's go to the hospital." He goes with him. She finds it very strange how the matter was so easy. He tells her trade secret. On the way, her father decides to confess something important to her in case he dies or something, and she finds that he intends to get married, and the wedding is next Thursday. She gets very annoyed and angry, thinking he no longer remembers her mother, who passed away and is getting into a relationship with another woman who will take her place in his heart. No matter how much he tries to reconcile with her or talk to her, she does not give him a chance and stays upset with him until he makes for her the food she loves, which her mother used to make for her when she was young. He tells her he will never forget her mother. She will remain in his heart always, but he cannot live alone, and she is bound to get married and leave him. That is why he nags her and wants to rejoice in her, because he won't live for her forever. She gets convinced by his words and knows now she wrong her father and tells him she will attend the wedding and wishes him a happy life. He also reveals the truth to her and tells her that Yo-Yo is the one who made all this food. That is why she goes to Yo-Yo and thanks him herself. She gives him an envelope her father sent, and he finds pictures of her father at the wedding, money, and many discount coupons. He tells her thank her father and closes the door in her face. Afterward, her father calls her and tells her, "Ha, I got you a date, and after him I won't interfere." Again, a promise from me. So she goes to meet the person her father arranged a date with. She finds he is a restaurant owner, but she doesn't care about him at all, nor does he catch her attention. She evades him, telling him she has important work. Yo-Yo goes to check on the house on which they are working. Their neighbor comes suddenly fighting with them, telling them he has a restaurant and the wood sawdust might fall in the food, and what they are doing is not acceptable. Yo-Yo apologizes to him and tells him they will try to handle this matter, but the man gets angry and pushes him, so Yo-Yo hits him. Suddenly the man bleeds, so Meng takes him quickly and they run away before the matter gets bigger. He goes to Soli so she can handle it, but the man had informed the police and is suing Yo-Yo and demanding large compensation. She scolds him because he can't control his anger. He tells her, "I didn't do anything, but despite that, I will go," and apologize to him. Indeed, he goes to the restaurant owner and takes a gift with him. Meng thought he brought a big gift and opened the purse strings and took out the money, but as usual, stingy. It turns out he brought him a watermelon and picked the smallest one. He goes to the restaurant, but learns that only couples are allowed to enter. That is why he has no solution but to call Gia and asks a request of her to come with him. She refuses. He begs her so. She agrees on the condition that he is the one who will make the food there in the restaurant, because it is known that anyone must make his food himself. Indeed, he agrees and makes the food while she takes photos and sends it to the group. They all find Yo-Yo very pleasant and say they both look good to each other. But Gia tells them, even if he was the last person in the world, I would not agree to him at all. Afterwards, she sits, eating the dumplings he made, and they taste very delicious. The restaurant owner comes to greet Gia, so he finds it strange asking Yo-Yo, where does he know her from? She tells him that her father arranged a date for her with him before, and they are friends. When she learns that, there are problems between them, so she reconciles them, and the issue is resolved without any problems at all. When he goes to the office, he finds Soli bringing him an offer for a very large sum to renovate the gallery of a big artist who requested him by name and wants no one but him. But he has a simple condition, that he must attend a party, and the party he will throw at his gallery, and the party is for couples, meaning you can imagine you must be in a relationship or bring a girl to go with you. He is afraid to ask Gia, and she refuses, or at that time, people misunderstand and put her in an embarrassing situation. That is why he finds no one in front of him but Ellie. He tells her, come with me. Everyone there you will find are rich people. Try to snag one of them for yourself in your love and get into a relationship. And they got together and married, and trick him and take his money. Spoil yourself. She gets happy that she's going to a party with lots of good free food. She wears her best outfit and waits for anyone to come so she can pick him up. But she finds the gallery owner himself coming to talk to her and harass her, the pig. She gets very annoyed and avoids him completely, but he still sticks to her. When Soli notices, she goes to stand with them, and this is so she doesn't leave them alone. As soon as the party ends, she takes Yo-Yo and leaves as quickly as possible. But Yo-Yo notices that something is bothering her and tells her, tell me. She informs him that the gallery owner kept pestering her her and harassing her, and frankly, she was not comfortable with him. That is why he decides to refuse the offer despite the very large sum. But he gets very annoyed for Ellie's sake and tells her they will not work on this offer, even if he gives him the money of the world. But Ellie gets angry and tells him, "You must differentiate between life and work. Find yourself another designer." I said what I had to say, but when Ellie finds out, she gets annoyed and tells him that she did not want to cause him problems. He says, "Frankly, I couldn't stand him from the start, nor was I comfortable with him." But Soli does not stay silent. She goes to Gia because she is the only one who can convince Yo-Yo. So Gia goes to Yo-Yo and tells him the project is not his alone. The project belongs to all of them. Please bear it. You anyway won't live with, your uncle named the pig, the gallery owner. It's all a matter of 2 days. And besides, the project doesn't depend only on you. It also depends on Meng and Soli, and Meng needs money for the sake of marrying Sherry, and Soli also surely doesn't want to lose out. And she informs him that she spoke with Ellie, and she said she forgives him. That is why he agrees to work on the condition that he doesn't see this man's face in front of him at all during his work period. Soli tells him, "Don't worry, any agreements I will make with him, and you have no relation to him at all." As for Meng, he gets very happy because finally he will be able to furnish his apartment. In a very short period, they finished the work of the gallery and of this pigman. Once, while returning, he hears Ellie talking to her dog, Dodo. She tells him, "You need to reduce eating a bit because I am broke and have no money to bring you food." At that time, he finds with her a sack, a large one. He takes it and carries it for her to the house. She enters to feed her dog and he plays songs. She gets angry at the sound and goes to fight with him and knocks on his door. But suddenly she feels very severe pain and cramps and cannot endure it. She falls on the floor and Yo-Yo by mistake doesn't notice and steps on her, grinding her and breaking, and gets shocked and asks what is wrong with her and what is she doing on the floor. She tells him, "I am doing a tan. Take a tan with me. Are you idiot not seeing me screaming? Take me to the hospital quickly." When she arrives, she learns she has appendicitis and they will perform surgery on her. She was supposed to stay for 2 days, but her hand is broken, so she will be forced to stay with them for a week. God punish you, you far one, who stepped on me and didn't notice. When Meng finds out, he goes to visit her in the hospital. She begs him to help her and take care of Dodo, the dog, because she has no one else in the world but him. And Susie is traveling and has lots of work. So he takes the dog with him to the office, and Yo-Yo sees him and asks him, "What is this dog doing here?" He tells him that Dodo is Ellie's dog, and while she is in the hospital, surely it won't be right to leave the dog alone. So he brought him to the office. He says, "I don't care. Walk this dog out. I don't care. I don't want to see him." So he takes him home, but Sherry tells him, "What are you doing?" The dog no. So he goes to Yo-Yo and begs him to keep Dodo with him, but he refuses. At this time, Gia arrives to bring clothes for Ellie from the house and sees them while they are fighting. But Yo-Yo doesn't care and closes the door in their faces. So Meng goes down with the dog in the cold and they wait to see how they will act with Dodo. Yo-Yo sees them and pities them. That is why he agrees to keep the dog with him for 5 days only. And of course, he has no experience in dealing with animals. He does a search and learns the favorite food for the dog and brings it to him. He also teaches him the place where he will do the pee-pee. He puts a camera in the house to monitor what the dog is doing. And when he is at work, he ties him to the bed leg. But he gets shocked when he learns that the dog untied himself and roamed the whole house and made a mess. He gets annoyed and angry and tries to give the dog away, but no one agrees to receive him. That is why he is forced to live with him. With time, Dodo starts getting used to him and no longer troubles him like before and started listening to words. Also, when Yo-Yo takes him and goes down to the garden, the dog plays with him and starts loving his presence and treating him as if he is his friend and lets him eat with him from the same plate normally and also plays music for him that he loves. He got very attached to him to the point that when he went out, Dodo got very annoyed. But all this changed when he returned one day and discovered that Dodo broke the trophy he won. He got angry and took him to Gia and told her he would not tolerate Dodo anymore. He left him with her and walked away. But when he returned home, he started feeling lonely and remembered Dodo playing in the house. With time, he started missing him, so he called to check on him. But Gia shocked him and told him she went down to walk him a bit, but he got lost and she could not find him. He ran like a madman and looked for him everywhere. Gia was shocked because she was not used to this side of him. She was used to him being cold and having emotional stability. Finally, he showed his true colors. As soon as he found Dodo, he relaxed and felt reassured, and Gia made sure now that inside him was a gentle and kind person. She said Dodo was fine with her and he had to go rest. The next day, Ellie was discharged from the hospital and Gia told her what happened and that Yo-Yo was the one who saved Dodo and told her she must go. Thank him herself. As for Yo-Yo, he felt lonely and remembered all his memories with Dodo until he returned and learned that Ellie was out of the hospital. He went to greet the dog immediately. At that time, she thanked him for taking care of him, but he told her he did not care and only did it out of pity. But deep down, She knew he was saying that because he was kind. When she returned home to cook, she discovered she ran out of oil, and she had no money because it was the end of the month. She went to Yo-Yo and asked him for a bottle of oil. He gave her all the bottles he had. She told him, "Do not worry. As soon as I get paid, I will return them to you." He told her they were extra anyway, and he did not need them. He was thinking that he would throw them away. All this was so she would not think of returning them and would accept them. Afterward, she went down to get things from the supermarket. He went down to walk and saw Ellie very upset, venting to the dog and saying that their financial situation was very bad, and if they stayed like this until the end of the week, they would both die of hunger. Besides that, when she returned home, she kept crying, and he heard her because the wall was not soundproof. A while later, he found her knocking on the door and asking him if he wanted to buy a car. He found it strange and told her, "You are asking me at AM if I wanted to buy a car or not? Is there something wrong with your head?" She told him, "No, I am the one going crazy because to get paid I must sell at least one car and I cannot do anything. Everyone I know is broke, so I thought that you, for example, are loaded and would buy one." He said, "No, frankly, I do not need a car." She told him fine. She left him while upset, but Yo-Yo decided to help her. Any place he went, he offered to everyone present to buy a car, even Meng. Meng said, "I swear if I had a car, I would not work with you." So he went to Dr. Jia, and she was the last hope, but she told him she had her car. She just renewed it recently and did not need to buy a new car. She asked him why he was doing all this, or was he doing it to help Ellie? Honestly, yes. She told him fine. "I have a client named Kevin." "Yes, my father. He has a motorcycle named Harley. Try to convince him in every way to sell the motorcycle and buy a car, and this way you would have helped Ellie." Indeed, he called Mr. Kevin and told him that he wanted to see him urgent. When they met, he asked him if he still rode his motorcycle. He told him, "Yes, you reminded me of the days, my love. I love this motorcycle, Harley, just like Jia. Exactly. I cannot do without it." But Yo-Yo has his persuasive ways. He told him, "Now you are a married man. You have a big family. How will you carry them? I mean, you will want to go out and have fun, and it will not be enough for you. You must have a car. You must buy a car so your family does not get upset and depressed." He gave him the card of the showroom where Ellie worked and told him, "Go there and ask for Ellie and she will take care of you." He asked him, "Well, what will I do with Harley?" He told him, "Give it to me. I am more deserving of it." Although Harley was a huge thing for Kevin, he agreed to sell it to Yo-Yo and went the next day to buy the car. Ellie rejoiced greatly and thanked him, but was shocked when she learned that he would not buy one car. No, he would buy 5 cars, him and the rest of his friends. She made the deal of the century and her salary tripled. From the happiness, she called Jia and treated her, telling her to order whatever she wanted and she would pay. As for Yo-Yo, he received a call from Kevin telling him that he would give him Harley tomorrow when he attended the farewell party he would throw, specifically for it with his friends. Of course, Yo-Yo refused, so he threatened him that if he did not go, he would not give him the motorcycle. "So just go and be quiet. Let us get this over with." He attended the party and it was honestly enjoyable, and he enjoyed his time with Kevin and his friends, who were also saying goodbye to their motorcycles because they bought cars. After they finished, they left, but Jia and Ellie offered him to camp together and he agreed. Jia woke up early to see the sunrise and coincidentally found Yo-Yo in front of her. They both sat talking until the sunrise appeared, but suddenly Jia fell asleep on his shoulder and he was shocked. He started feeling a strange feeling he felt for the first time. He did not want to disturb her and takes out his mobile phone to film the sunrise to show it to her. Indeed, she gets shocked when she sees it and gets very happy that he did this for her. When he goes to the office, he learns he is invited to a mixer party and he doesn't want to go, but solely forces him. When he goes there, he gets shocked to find Jia and Ellie both also coming to meet a guy and get into a relationship. Jia challenges Yo-Yo to get into a relationship and he agrees, and they agree that the one who gets into a relationship first will grant a wish for the second. She is confident in herself because she knows he doesn't know how to deal with girls. Indeed, a girl catches his attention and comes to talk to him, but when she finds him eccentric, talking about scientific things, she runs away from him. But coincidentally, he sees a beautiful girl taking photos with a camera and she takes a photo of him, but suddenly her camera breaks, so he tells her he knows how to fix it. When they talk to each other, he discovers that they have many things in common. She introduces herself and tells him her name is Maria and she loves photography very much. He introduces himself saying his name is Yo-Yo, a decor engineer. They exchange numbers, and when Ellie and Jia see them together, they get shocked, not believing that Yo-Yo managed to get a girl's number. Jia feels jealousy, but doesn't want to show it too much, and it seems that she started liking him. That is why she tries to make him jealous and pretends that she liked someone and says she also won and got into a relationship with him, but he frustrates her and doesn't care at all. He takes Maria and they leave, have lunch, and afterward Maria arrives at his office and tells him when she develops the photos, she will bring them to him right to his place. Meng sees them and cannot believe himself. Seriously, she will date him? He takes a photo of them and sends it to the group. Jia sees it and gets very annoyed. As for Yo-Yo, he finishes and returns home. Coincidentally, he meets Ellie and they go together. But when he arrives, he finds Maria standing waiting for him and bringing him an invitation to a party. They go together and she gives him his photos too. Ellie is amazed by their harmony together and goes to tell Gia, who tries to hide her jealousy, telling her she is sure he will drive her away within 2 days. She tells her this time it looks real and the girl is cute and knows how to deal with him, and both are completely compatible. What frustrates her more is when Yo-Yo calls her on video call, specifically so she chooses the outfit he will wear to the party with Maria. He also goes to the hospital to show it to her before he leaves. He has the camera with him and takes a photo of her without her noticing. Afterward, he goes to meet Maria, who tells him, "What do you think, we ditched the party and I teach you how to develop photos?" He tells her agreed, of course, and decides while at it to develop the photo he took of Gia and keep it in his house. Afterward, Maria decides to go to his office and does a photo shoot for everyone for free because they are friends of our hero Yo-Yo. They get to know her and find she is a gentle girl, very beautiful. She tells Soli she approves of this marriage and embarrasses him, but he tells her she understands wrong and they are just friends still and getting to know each other. He takes her and they leave the office so he doesn't embarrass her. She treats him to ice cream. Mung passes by coincidentally and sees them, takes a photo of them together, sends it to the group and says, "Guys, it looks like we have new lovebirds." This is other than Yo-Yo for the first time in his life taking a vacation to spend it with Maria. Soli gets curious to know who the hot girl is who took the heart and mind of Yo-Yo. They find out her address and go to her. When they arrive, they get shocked to learn that Maria has a dangerous disease and will not stand on her feet again. Yo-Yo was helping her all the past period and will design a house for her that helps her move comfortably in the wheelchair. They all get shocked by the humanity of Yo-Yo. Although they annoyed him a lot and he could have told them about Maria's condition, he bore it himself and preferred to respect her privacy and didn't say anything about her. When he finishes, he makes a surprise for Gia and takes the photos he took of her to her and tells her he developed them himself. She gets very happy when she sees them and smiles. At that time, he starts feeling he has feelings toward her, especially when he sees her smiling. But as usual, he evades his feelings. Suddenly, he gets very tired and is also admitted to the hospital. So he asks Meng this time to help him and design the project whose turn is up, so they deliver it on time. Meng gets very happy that he trusts him and finally started relying on him. As for our friend Soli, she gets an offer at a big company. They will give her 10 times her salary with Yo-Yo. She doesn't know what to do now. Should she agree and go start a new beginning and become a millionaire, or stay with them and choose their friendship and stay with Yo-Yo? Let's go to Meng, who finished his project and also showed it to Yo-Yo, and he was happy and proud of him. They showed it to the client, who liked it very much. Meng takes all the money, and from his happiness, he goes to Sherry and tells her they finally completed their dream home and will get married. He is also thinking of opening his own studio and starting to design alone and becoming independent from the office. But as soon as Yo-Yo finds out, he goes crazy at him and tells him, "Are you an idiot or what? Just because you designed a house and the client liked it, does that mean you are already a designer? You are still learning, son. Stop this nonsense and focus on our work." Meng gets very annoyed by his words and tells him that if he stays in the office, he won't learn anything, nor develop, nor understand the world correctly, and that he must separate and try for himself and learn the way he sees fit. But Yo-Yo tells him that if he leaves from here, he will be a failure. They fight, and Meng packs his things and leaves. He goes to drink and fights with a guy and gets into trouble. The man files a lawsuit against him and wants a large compensation. As soon as Yo-Yo knows that Meng got stuck in a problem, he goes immediately to help him. He saves him, and Meng feels guilty and apologizes to him. Yo-Yo also tells him that he thought about the matter and discovered that indeed he still has a lot to learn, and that no matter what happens, he will not leave Yo-Yo even if he is upset with him. Indeed, they both reconcile again. A short while later, Yo-Yo learns that he is requested for a TV interview. He rejoices greatly and gets excited for the interview and asks Gia to help him and choose the outfit he will appear in, and this is because he trusts her taste. So she goes to his house expecting him to open for her and let her in, but she gets shocked when she finds him, putting the table outside and bringing the clothes out to her. She humors him and chooses for him the best outfit suitable for him. As soon as he comes out, he looks chic, and Gia gets dazzled by him and feels how much he is handsome and beautiful, but she doesn't want to show it. He is stupid anyway and won't understand any hint. Indeed, he goes on TV and talks about design and the awards he received. He talks about his entire career and talks also about Meng and says that Meng is very clever and whoever wants to design at a nice price should go to him. Meng rejoices to the the point that his eyes tear up, not believing that Yo-Yo sees him as important to this degree and that he shared his success in front of people. But when they return to the office, they notice that Soli has changed very much. When they press her, she confesses to them that she got a big job in a company in Beijing and will be a manager there. Yo-Yo asks her what she will do. She tells them she decided to leave. Indeed, she throws a farewell party and all her friends attend. At first, Yo-Yo refuses to go because he is annoyed that she will leave him. But Jia goes to sit with him and makes him understand that she is free and this is her future, and that he must be happy for her, not against her. He is finally convinced and goes to have dinner with them and brings her a small gift so she remembers him by it and also wishes her success. But as he speaks with her, strong sadness is visible in his eyes. He is unable to hide that. He cannot do without her. Soli is not just a colleague to him. She is a friend and a sister. Jia tells him that. If you see that you really cannot do without her and that for you she is your support, go and tell her. Let her know the truth of your feelings and talk to her. If she really sees this, surely it is impossible that she will leave you. That is why he does not waste extra time and calls Soli asking her, "Where are you?" She tells him, "I am at the restaurant now and I will sign." He arrives and stops her and begs her to stay with him. She asks the manager to give her a chance to think again. As for him, he returns home and keeps thinking all night, fearing she might travel. But when he goes to the office the next day, he rejoices when he learns she decided to stay with them. As for Ellie, while she is going home from work, she feels someone walking behind her. When she turns her face, she finds her ex-boyfriend Wing chasing her, wanting to make her return to him against her will. When she refuses, he hits her, but Yo-Yo arrives at the right time and defends her. When Wing approaches Ellie, he hits him without hesitation, takes Ellie, and they escape quickly. Wing goes to file a lawsuit against him. As for Ellie, when she returns home and reviews the cameras, she discovers that Wing is the one who started the fight, so she sends the video to the police, and the case gets closed without problems for Yo-Yo. Not only that, when she sits with herself at that time, she feels strange feelings towards Yo-Yo. She asks, "Is it possible all this is because he saved me?" But she remembers that this is not the first time he stood by her. The truth is, he was always a support and backing for her when she needed someone to carry the dog food for her. He was the one helping her. And when she got into a problem with the rent, he was the one helping her. He did not hesitate, even once, to give her food from his house while she was hungry. And he acted and brought her 5 people to buy from her, cars, and many other situations. Without him, she would have been homeless on the street now. I mean, frankly, since she arrived, there wasn't a single time she needed him that he didn't stand by her. That is why she thinks of confessing her love to him. But she goes out with Zoe and drinks a lot. And when she returns and goes to talk to him and confesses to him, he doesn't pay attention to her at all. He keeps playing with Dodo, and she thinks that he is not interested with her, and she goes to sleep. When she wakes up, she remembers the disaster she caused, but doesn't remember anything about his reaction, and she is afraid if she brings up the subject again, he will hate her, or she will lose him, and she is not ready for that. So she goes to Zoe and tells her. She tells her that this is her chance. She must know his feelings because they are already traveling and will stay there for a long time. As for Yo-Yo, he learns that there is a party being held where they will choose the best designer. Soli gives him 2 invitations and tells him to bring any girl with him so he doesn't stay lonely and appear as a miserable single failure. He goes to Jia. First thing, he asks her to go with him in a very nice manner, just like she wanted last time. She cannot refuse him this time and agrees, and goes with him. As soon as they arrive, they both look good together as if they are a couple. The turn comes to announce the winner of the award. Yo-Yo turns out to be the winner of Designer of the Year, and before he goes up to receive the award, he must hug his partner, so he asks Jia to hug him. She gets shocked, but she does it. At that time, Yo-Yo becomes sure of his feelings towards her, but unfortunately, before he confesses to her or takes any award, the shock happens. His mother entered the hospital and is very sick. He quickly goes to check on her. At that time, she tells him she is in her last days. She begs him to put her heart at ease and get married. "I want to die, reassured about you and your life." He tells her he will think about the matter seriously. Afterward, they learn from Meng that Ellie is throwing a farewell party because she is traveling and invited them all. He attends and brings her a gift. At that time, she rejoices and takes out a confession letter she intended to give to Yo-Yo at the party. But at the last moment, she backs out because she sees Yo-Yo and Jia, how they are both compatible with each other and fighting as if they are a married couple. At that moment, she becomes sure there is no chance for her between them and understands that he loves Jia but is running away from himself. Suddenly, while sitting, she gets up and runs. Jia worries and goes after her and asks her what is wrong. She finds her crying and she tells her she had a crush on Yo-Yo and cannot bear starts seeing them both together. She apologizes to her and tells her she discovered her feelings late and decides to travel the next day without saying goodbye to him. She chooses to keep her feelings to herself so she doesn't lose him as a friend because he did nothing but good by her. As for Yo-Yo, he goes out to have lunch at a restaurant and there, coincidentally, sees Han. So he pretends not to see him because he actually hated him, but Han is the one who runs this time to him and tells him he wished for just a chance to get to know each other and get closer because every time they met, he was busy with his girlfriend. He tells him, "You are also my role model, and I entered engineering college specifically to be like you." Yo-Yo rejoices at these words and reconciles with him, and they become friends from this day. At night, Yo-Yo calls Gia and tells her he wants to have dinner with her and invites her. She rejoices and thinks this is a date and he will confess his feelings to her. But when she arrives, she learns that the restaurant has an offer, a free meal for any couple. She gets very annoyed and thinks he brought her to eat for free, but he is cowardly and cannot confess his love to her this time. The turn comes to take a picture in the restaurant, but Yo-Yo asks to go to the bathroom. She waits for him to return, but gets surprised that he did not return and ran away and left her. She walks away while annoyed with him. After a while, she finds he sent her a message telling her, "Come, let's finish our dinner at home," and he has something important he must tell her. She goes full of hope that this is a scenario where he will confess, but when she arrives, she finds him putting a table outside with the food on it and understands the matter wrong, but he explains to her that he put the food outside so it doesn't cause a mess in the house, but they will eat inside together. Indeed, for the first time he lets her enter his house, and this time he shows her everything in it. He takes her also to the garden he made, and there she gets shocked when she finds he put a frame with a picture of them. He gets encouraged in this moment and confesses to her that he loved her from the first time he saw her, but he didn't have the courage to confess to a beautiful, smart, and clever girl like her, while I am an introverted, blunt person. But she also confesses to him that she loved him for a long time, and he is the only one who caught her eye among all the men she saw. They both decide to give each other a chance. I wonder, dear viewer, how will their story end? This is what we won't know because the series ends here, but we wish them a happy life, even if in imagination and the story is not real. But all you have to do now is subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell and the beautiful like if you forgot, you beautiful one, and the best evening to you. Goodbye.